Hello and welcome back to the channel where I provide daily cricket content on interesting topics. In today's video I explore the curious case of Muttiah Muralitharan, a man who had staggering success but perhaps isn't remembered as fondly as someone like Shane Warne. It also just so happens that it is his birthday today. At the end of the video I will give my verdict on if he is a cheat or simply one of the most hard-done-by greats of the game. As we all know, Muralitharan is a Sri Lankan cricketer widely regarded as one of the greatest spin bowlers of all time. He however faced controversy and scrutiny over his bowling action during his illustrious career. Muralitharan's unique bowling action, characterized by a highly flexible wrist and a distinctive bent arm, leading to allegations of an illegal bowling action. Before we dive into his action, it is worth mentioning his staggering success on the field in both Test and limited overs formats. He holds the record for the most wickets in Test cricket, with 800 wickets in 133 matches, and is the second highest wicket-taker in ODI cricket with 534 wickets in 350 matches. He also holds the record for the most 10-wicket hauls in Test matches, with 22 instances of taking 10 or more wickets in a match, and achieved a total of 67 5-wicket hauls in Test matches. Some of Muralitharan's notable performances include a record-breaking 16-wicket haul in a single Test match against England in 1998 and 30 wickets in just 3 Test matches against Zimbabwe in 2002. He achieved his milestone 800th wicket in his final Test match against India. Muralitharan's success was not limited to Test cricket, as he was a key contributor to Sri Lanka's limited overs successes, including reaching the final of the 2007 ICC Cricket World Cup. His exceptional ability to deceive batsmen with his variations in spin, flight, and pace, along with his relentless accuracy, made him a dominant force on the field for over a decade. The controversy surrounding Muralitharan's bowling action first really became mainstream news during Sri Lanka's tour of Australia in 1995. In the third Test match of the series played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, MCG, Muralitharan was no-balled by Australian umpire Darrell Hare for allegedly throwing, or illegally straightening his arm during the delivery stride, while bowling his off-spin deliveries. Muralitharan was no-balled a total of 7 times in that Test match, causing a major uproar in the cricketing world. Muralitharan's bowling action was heavily criticised, and he faced immense pressure and scrutiny from the media, cricketing authorities, and fans alike. His reputation was tarnished, and he was subjected to widespread criticism and doubt about the legitimacy of his bowling action. There were debates and discussions about the legality of his action, with some calling for him to be banned from international cricket. However, Muralitharan maintained his innocence and vehemently denied any wrongdoing. He argued that his unique bowling action was a result of a congenital condition, where he had a bent arm due to a deformity in his elbow joint from birth, and that he did not intentionally straighten his arm while bowling. He also received support from his teammates, Sri Lankan Cricket Board, and fans, who stood by him during this difficult period. In order to prove his innocence and clear his name, Muralitharan underwent several rounds of testing and analysis of his bowling action. He worked closely with biomechanical experts and underwent rigorous scientific assessments, including tests conducted by the University of Western Australia and the University of Hong Kong. These tests aimed to measure the degree of elbow extension during his bowling action and determine if he exceeded the permissible limit of 15 degrees, which was the allowed tolerance for bowlers at that time. Muralitharan's bowling action was eventually cleared by the International Cricket Council, ICC, in 1996, after extensive testing and analysis. The test showed that the amount of elbow extension in Muralitharan's bowling action was within the allowed tolerance, and his action was deemed to be legal. The ICC concluded that Muralitharan's bowling action was a result of his congenital condition and not a deliberate attempt to throw the ball. Despite being cleared by the ICC, Muralitharan continued to face criticism and controversy regarding his bowling action in subsequent years. He was no-balled by umpires in various matches, and there were ongoing debates and discussions about the legitimacy of his action. However, Muralitharan remained resolute in his stance and continued to maintain his innocence, stating that he had never thrown a ball in his career. Muralitharan's career, despite the controversy surrounding his bowling action, remained illustrious. He went on to become a key player in Sri Lanka's successes in international cricket. He was known for his exceptional spin bowling skills, including his doosra, a delivery that spun in the opposite direction to his off-spin, and his ability to consistently take wickets in all formats of the game. Muralitharan's bowling action controversy was a significant chapter in his career and overshadowed some of his success. So what is my verdict on if he is a cheat or a great? In my opinion, Murali's unique physical makeup gave him an advantage in the sport, an advantage which he exploited to its limits. But with that said, that doesn't necessarily make him a cheat. For example, if a bowler is 6 feet 10 inches and uses his height to generate bounce, then that's not cheating. I know this is different as it involves a confliction with the laws of the game, but I don't believe it is anything that Murali could help. He had unique limitations which gave him an advantage. So no, I do not class him as a cheat, and he has my sympathy in terms of how he was perceived during his career and even into retirement. As ever, let me know what you think in the comments.